Hello, my name is Violet River Ports. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all, and I intend to worship all and exclude no one. I've put my blood over that intent, and as soon as I did, all my dysphoria went away. That's right, I used to be transgender. And when I was 13, I first heard the word transgender, and I saw it as an escape because I was being abused both mentally and physically by my stepfather at the time, and he was the kind of person to basically, he was very hyper masculine, and he had a lot of, expectations on me to be an unfeeling, emotionless, husk of a human being that's only gonna be like, completely, basically like stoic and passive all the time. It was weird. It was hard to deal with. So, and on top of like not having a father figure for most of my life, and my mom being the way that she was, I was very effeminate, and I was very, very small and petite as a child, pretty much my entire teenage life. So I was picked on a lot and stuff like that, and just life, everything that had happened up to that point, I was so confused and indoctrinated, and I wanted so desperately to cultivate all of these virtues associated with femininity, and I was so discontented and afraid of, and I wanted to run away from all the virtues that men are supposed to, not supposed to, but should, and have the ability to cultivate. And I thought that the only way that I was going to be able to express myself and be happy as a person is if I did it as a female, as if I changed my entire form. And I fought my biology, and I deceived everyone, and I presented as a female. Because I explained it to people like, I'm taking a mask off and I'm becoming who I was really supposed to be. And what I was really doing was putting a mask on. And it caused me a lot of anxiety. The second that I really started taking it seriously, and I told my mom about it, and I started, dressing like a woman and trying to figure that whole thing out, how to do that deception accurately, it caused me a lot of anxiety, because I was afraid people were going to see right through it, because I can see right through it. I can spot someone that's transgender from a mile away, whether it be through the hip to weight ratio, or whether it be through, or the hip to waist ratio, or whether it be their jawline, or just the way that they walk and stuff like that. I can usually figure it out because I spent the time to analyze how women walk and the hip motion and everything like that. And because, I tend to take things pretty seriously when I get into them, so I tend to understand the nitty-gritty of the science, or at least I try to. When I first started watching Quasi-Luminous' videos, I was watching his videos and I was discovering these male and female energies that permeate the universe, and that are the creative forces behind everything, and that, we are God, and all these things are allegory and truth hidden in plain sight, and the deception. And he was my wake-up alarm that I continuously needed to keep listening to. And it was just, it's crazy, man. I'm thankful for Quasi, for Mark. And I emailed Mark before I did Blood Over Intent, explaining to him my situation, and the email that I got back was really, really short, but it was basically just like, there's nothing satanic about it, and there's nothing wrong about it. It's just white magic, it's white blood magic that's selfless for the benefit of all, and that's exactly what it is. And so when I heard about Blood Over Intent, and to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all, that really resonated with me, because it's something that I have I've said before, and I thought about it as like a real thought, like, why aren't we just bringing forth heaven on earth? And so when I heard Mark said it, it just filled me like a spiritual experience. I just had an incredible urge that I couldn't sleep for nights, and then like on the third or fourth night, I waited for everyone to go to bed, and then I did it in my bathroom, with my cell phone. And I filmed it, and I wrote down on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all, as this world is mine. I intend to love all and exclude no one. And I put my blood over it. And then I uploaded it to YouTube. And the second I uploaded it, I no longer had any desire, period, to do my hormones. I couldn't even touch the pill bottles. And I just stopped taking my hormones. And I had already barely been taking them and weaning myself off for months before that, so it wasn't like it was that jarring for me. My hormones, my testosterone took over, and you know, it's running my course. I'm living in the body that God gave me, or that I have, you know what I mean? But and you know, we should say goddess and not God. So goddess, you know, the black hole sun, the white sun and the black sun are joined together in a relationship that you could describe as androgynous, but it's basically, they are the same being. It's not male and female, two separate beings. It's one being. It's one end of a light hole is a black hole, and that is our mother and our father, and the creators of this reality. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know how to describe it, but I'm getting a little bit off topic. I want to go back to the transgender thing. So, you know, I told my mom about it, and I started, you know, taking hormones and stuff like that, and I could have just said, I'm going to figure out how to express myself. I didn't have to take hormones. I didn't have to present as a woman. I could have just said, I'm just going to express myself, and I'm just going to be me, and I'd be right where I am right now. And I don't have the dysphoria that I used to feel. That's completely gone. And it doesn't, like, it didn't affect me when I stopped taking my hormones, and it doesn't affect me now. I was quite excited. How do I describe it? You know, it's just looking into Quasi's videos, and I'm realizing that the earth is flat and stuff like that, and there are consequences to living on a flat earth, and everything we do has, you know, these actions, they mean something. We're not all here on, you know, for a fucking nihilistic accident. We're all here for a reason. We need to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all. We're extensions of our Creator, and that's our Creator's will. We are the Creator, but in the sense, we just can't put the power of creation outside of ourselves. We're not the same thing as the black sun and the white sun, but we are fractals of one soul, and the white sun is our collective soul. But you know, hearing all this information and starting to decode these things in reality, and realizing that it's all around me, just like this Saturn symbolism that I was looking into. And you know, I'm looking at the Ankh, which is the circle, and then the masculine. It's a combination of the male and female. It's a unison. And the cross is an overemphasis on the masculine. It's two penises, because in universal geometry, or in sacred geometry, straight lines are masculine, curved round lines are feminine. So, you know, it all makes sense now. And if you're transgender and you're hearing about blood over intent, do blood over intent, because it'll get rid of your dysphoria, and it'll help us bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all, and you'll see how it raises your vibrations, and it really helps you feel better. I'll be making a couple other videos soon, so you know, I love you all. Love and wholeness.